volcanoes and tsunami. Introduction. We usually think of the ground and the ocean as stable and peaceful things. The ground lies quietly beneath our feet. The oceans lap gently against the shore. But forces deep within the earth can suddenly be unleashed, destroying the peacefulness. These forces cause a violent shaking of earthquakes, the explosion of ash, gases, and hot rocks of volcanoes, and the huge wave of tsunamis. In this book, you will read about these amazing events and the underlying forces that cause them. Deep within the earth, beneath the soil, rock and water on the surface of our planet, the earth is constantly changing. The top layer of earth is made up of giant pieces of rock, like the pieces of a puzzle. These giant pieces of rock, called tectonic plates, make up of the continents and ocean floors. There are 14 major tectonic plates and many smaller plates that make up the outermost layer of the Earth's crust. These plates are around 100 kilometers thick. Where the edge of the plates comes together, there are often cracks and gaps called faults. Most of the world's earthquakes and volcanic activity occurred near the faults along the edges of tectonic plates. Underneath the plates of the earth is very hot, with normal temperature of 700 degrees Celsius to 1300 degrees Celsius. This is so hot that rock melts into liquid magma. The plates float on top of the underlying magma. The magma is always moving, and as it moves, it carries the plate around with it. Tectonic plates normally move at a speed of 0.65 to 8.50 centimeters per year. At the edges of the moving plates, three different things can happen. If the plates are moving against each other, one plate slides over or under the other plate. If the plates are moving past each other, the edges of the plates bind together, and if the plates are moving apart, they now make a web where magma seeps out. Earthquake cerebral trembling. The edges of tectonic plates usually move very slowly, but some large pieces of plates get caught on each other. The plates keep trying to move, but these large rocks hold them back. The pressure and energy build up. Then suddenly the rocks give away, releasing all the pressure and energy. The plates jerk forward and ground shake. Far above, people feel an earthquake. Some earthquakes are small and harmless. In small earthquakes, the ground shakes a little, causing some hanging object to swing 3 branches away, as if there were a gentle breeze. Some earthquakes are so small that we do not even notice them. Small earthquakes happen very often in certain parts of the world, like California and Alaska in the United States, as well as in other countries like Chile, Greece, and Japan. But bridges collapse and the large crack open in the ground. We measure the length of the earthquake on an instrument called a seismograph. Each earthquake is given a number from the Richter scale, depending on its strength. You can look at the chart on the next page to learn what the different strength of earthquakes feels like. For each number on the Richter scale, an earthquake is 10 times as strong as the previous number. A 6.0 earthquake is 10 times as strong as 5.0 earthquake. It is 100 times as strong as a 4 earthquake. The largest earthquake ever recorded measured 9.5 on the Richter scale. It occurred on the coast of Chile in South America. Scientists are still learning about the dangerous event. One day, they may be able to warn people before earthquakes occurred. But sometimes, in very powerful volcanoes, the hot magma cools before it gets to the surface. It hardens the rock piece of rock, blocking the crack in the hole where it had been slipping out. It acts like a plug in the bottle. Magma continues to push upward. Hot gases in the magma press against the plug. The pressure gets greater and greater. Suddenly the volcano explodes. Huge chunks of rock burst from the volcano. Entire mountain slides can be ripped away. Hot poisonous gas, ash, and melted rock shoot into the sky. The volcano erupts with unbelievable power. Many dangerous and destructive things happen during volcanic eruption. When mountains explode, they send tons of rock rolling down their side. These falling rocks are called landslides. Landslides can bury whole cities. They can block rivers, causing floods. Clouds of ash and dust rise into the air during the volcanic eruption. The ash falls to the ground like snow. The ash is so heavy that the roofs of houses can collapse under its weight, and ash clouds can spread all around the world. Large ash clouds can even block out sunlight. The temperature of the entire Earth can cool down after a large volcanic eruption. A volcano can cause an explosion. Wait a minute, please. A volcano can cause an explosion of extremely hot poisonous gases. The explosion can be so powerful that it knocks over entire forests, and so hot that it started destructive fires. Some large volcanoes have snow and ice on top, the hot water rushing down the mountain. This large dirt-filled flood is called a mudslide. A mudslide is like a liquid landslide. Tsunami and white waves. Tsunamis are huge waves caused by earthquakes or volcanoes. They used to be called tidal waves, but the word tidal means something to do with ocean number tides, and tsunami have nothing to do with the tide. Tsunami can be as high as a football field. It's long. They are the largest waves in the world. In edges of the plate where earthquakes and volcanoes often occurred, usually lie near the edges of the ocean. Shaking of an earthquake or the explosion of a volcano can cause large landslides. Entire hills can collapse and sometimes fall into the sea, making huge waves. Earthquakes and volcanoes can also be caused a seafloor to move violently undersea, causing the seafloor to move violently. Undersea volcanoes cause explosion under the water. Both of these events create huge waves that spread across the surface of the ocean. Tsunamis spit outward away from the source in all directions. A tsunami can cross an entire ocean. Tsunamis travel extremely fast, up to 320 kilometers per hour. In the ocean, tsunamis may be not very high above the surface of water, but they are very deep. A tsunami approaches land and moves in shallow water. The elevated ocean floor pushes 17 kilometers per hour, but the ocean floor lifts higher and higher. By the same time, tsunami reaches land. It is tall enough to destroy almost anything in its path. The largest tsunami ever recorded happened when an earthquake triggered a landslide in a small Alaskan bay. In 1858, the landslide splashed water 524 meters into the air and sent a giant tsunami racing down the bay. Most tsunamis are not that big. They are usually between 1 and 10 stories high. When they reach the shore, that may not sound very high, but it's hard to imagine the power of this much moving water. Most coastal towns and villages are much less than 30 meters above the sea. Even a small tsunami can destroy houses, streets, and entire towns. A tsunami is caused by a volcano in Indonesia killed 36,000 people in 1883. More recently, large tsunami struck the countries bordering the Indian Ocean in 2004. The Indian Ocean tsunami began when an earthquake occurred on the ocean floor near the western coast of Indonesia. The earthquake caused a ring of tsunami waves to spit outward of the point of origin, crossing hundreds and even thousands of kilometers of then 225,000 people in 11 countries bordering India Ocean were killed by the resulting waves. Satellite data analyzed the atmosphere showed that the height of tsunami wave in the deep ocean was only 60 centimeters. The beaches, however, they often grew to reach Indian Ocean tsunami. Many countries are now working together to create tsunami warning systems for part of the world. Like volcanoes, tsunamis are becoming easier to predict. They usually do not hit the shore until a few minutes to their core system. Scientists have instruments that detect volcanoes and earthquakes. When large eruption or earthquakes happens, scientists have time to warn people that tsunami may be coming, in time to save their belongings, but they do not have time to save their lives, which is the most important thing. Our quiet planet occasionally turns violent during a large earthquake in the Great Shakes, destroying home and property. A tsunami can cause billions of dollars in damage along coastlines. Scientists are trying to learn as much as they can about these violent events. As they learn more, scientists predict volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis in order to save thousands of lives.